Okay, trying again. Take two. Take two. Let's see if anybody pops up on this live. Hi, Bella Beauties. Welcome back to my live. We had some technical difficulties today. Oh, God. I'm sorry, y'all. I was on time, but I was on time. Let me post, making sure other people know I'm live. Shoot. Hi, Hannah. Q. Is that how I say your name? Hi, welcome to the live. It's my first time seeing you on my live. How you doing, girl? I'm sorry, y'all, but I had some technical difficulties. I had to restart the live over again. Uh, yeah. How y'all doing? So today we are discussing my new video. Just Hannah? Okay, perfect. I'll call you Hannah. Today we're discussing my new video, Outsmart a Smear Campaign. Okay. So how many of you have watched it? I'm guessing everybody in this live has watched the video already. Hi, Kay. KK. Hey, hi, how y'all doing? Thanks for joining. So who watched the video? And before we get into it, I want to hear your thoughts. Because I knew the girls were going to you guys were going to love that video because I think people have asked me how to combat smear campaign a couple of times. Okay, Hannah says, doing really well. How about yourself? I'm good. It's a really nice day outside today, y'all. It went up to 80 degrees. Like, that's crazy. Beautiful weather. I went for a walk earlier. Yeah. So, what did you guys think of the video? Because we're gonna be here for a while. We're gonna discuss the video. We're gonna get into some things. Smear campaigns. Okay. So I discussed what a smear campaign is, why and how people run smear campaigns. If you guys have ever had a smear campaign run on you, oh, that sounds weird the way I said that. Uh, okay, Genevieve Major, I'm just gonna call you Genevieve. Hi, welcome to the chat. The video you posted was so accurate. What you described in the video is exactly what my sister-in-law did to me behind my back. I'm so sorry, but I'm happy it resonated and it helped you. So, okay, so and to makeup. Hi, can you add the name you want me to call you next to your chat so I know what to call you? So definitely watch. I agree with it all. Perfect. Okay, yeah, we're gonna discuss it, y'all. So we all know what a smear campaign is. Somebody doesn't like you for whatever reason, or they're jealous of you, or they're scared you're going to expose them for whatever they did to you. So they try to get ahead of it, or they just try to eliminate you completely. Okay, your name is Lisa. Okay, I'm gonna call you Lisa. Thank you. So somebody tries to either eliminate you, knock out the competition, or they're jealous of you. It could be because of your looks, your body, or maybe you're just really intelligent or funny, or you get a lot of attention. Whatever the reason is, somebody does not like you, and they feel the need to get other people to also not like you. So let's discuss that. So we talked about why will somebody run a smear campaign? So let's talk about the first one, jealousy and envy. That is a huge one. I gave the example in the video. I told you guys, like middle school. Oh my God, that was such a long time ago, child. Middle school, high school. This girl, it wasn't even her boyfriend or anything. They weren't even like talking or anything. It was just a guy she had a crush on in our class. And the guy, we were like the same ethnicity, so like I guess he figured out. I don't even think he liked me like that. I don't know. He just talked to me for like maybe 30 minutes max, and it wasn't anything like I like you. Wasn't anything like I want you or nothing. We're just talking. Like, and when somebody has a crush on somebody and they see them talking to a member of the opposite sex, automatically they will get jealous. Okay, period. They will get jealous. And this girl wasn't ugly either. She was also pretty too. So that little incident, first of all, I told y'all she pressed me, and I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, I was not like backing down. Like, are you crazy? I don't even want him like that. And so after that, I thought that was the end of that. But basically, this girl was very good. Narcissists are very good with smear campaigns. So basically, her goal was to get everybody to like look at me as less than or something bad. I'm arrogant, or like I think I'm better than people, or she'll just do little things to try to get people to see me in a bad light. Okay, Hannah says, this happened to me 4 years ago with my so-called friends. I was the last to know about it because of my ADHD. Yeah, people do that. Even in your own friend group, I have a story time about that, but we'll talk about that later. Even in your own friend group, they'll do that. But basically, what this girl will do is drop little nuggets, even with new people, like somebody that's new to the school or new to the classroom. Like she'll quickly like try to get them on her side and like be like, stay away from her. Like, oh, she's arrogant, or oh, she thinks she's better, or whatever. Like, and then it lets people see you in a negative light. And then so automatically somebody just came to this class, and then automatically they have a bad taste of me in their mouth, even though I haven't done or said anything to them. That's the power of a smear campaign. And the thing with mob mentality, the thing with mob mentality is that if everybody for some reason don't like you because of one person, nobody wants to be left out. Like if somebody sticks with you, they are going to be bullied along with you. So then who wants to be bullied? Nobody. So they'll just rather stay on the side that keeps them safe. And that's what makes smear campaigns so hurtful, because it really leaves you isolated. And we know people that are isolated are targets for abusers. Okay. Okay. Lisa says, when you realize you made a not so good choice and a friend is so hurtful. Yeah. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about the effects of smear campaigns and how it makes you, just basically not trust yourself and your own choices. Yeah. But basically somebody is jealous of you for whatever reason. And then and the thing with jealous people is that they don't like to admit that they're jealous. Like nobody wants to admit to themselves that they're jealous. Like if you have a very well-aware person and they know how to deal with their own jealousy, they could admit to feeling envious or jealous of somebody. But most people are not that mature or aware. So this feeling of envy that they have in their heart, they don't want to have that. Everybody wants to see themselves as a good person, right? And also, we don't like to admit that we're envious of somebody, because it makes us feel like we're inferior to them. Like if I admit that this girl is way prettier than me, then that means that I'm not as pretty. So then I'm below her, and it's shameful to feel that way. So people don't like to admit when they're envious of somebody. It just brings shame, right? So a defense mechanism is like, okay, if I cannot compete with this girl, if I can't admit that I'm jealous of this girl and try to like work on myself to be on her level, whatever, then I'm going to try to get everybody else to also not like her. Because if it's just me that don't like her, then people will know that I'm a hater and I'm jealous, and I can't have that. So I need everybody to also feel the same way that I feel about this person. So then they start planting seeds, right? Okay, Lisa says, I don't think I've ever known anyone to admit it. Yeah, most people cannot admit jealousy. I mean, I can admit when I'm jealous of somebody, but you know what I don't do? Jealousy is a normal human emotion, y'all. Jealousy is a very normal human emotion. It's what you do with the jealousy that matters. When I'm jealous of somebody, I take that as information. Jealousy can actually really be a blessing in disguise, because it tells you what you actually want and desire. And it's supposed to light fire under you to go and achieve what you want. So if you look at jealousy in that way, it helps you a lot. Okay. So I can admit when I'm jealous of somebody. So then when I know, okay, if I want this, I got to go work. I got to go or I try to figure out why is it that I'm jealous of that thing. Like, because sometimes you think you're jealous of somebody for having, I don't know, for having career success or something. Or maybe they're a lawyer and they're making a lot of money. Then you also want to be a lawyer or whatever. But then you realize like, oh, I don't actually want to be a lawyer. I just want to be successful in my own right. So then, like, when you think about it, jealousy can be a good source of information, right? So jealousy can be a really good tool if you know how to use it. But some people are just not that mature or aware. So they can't admit that. Okay, I love sunflowers says I'm experiencing this at work. I stood up to two new girls. Oh, I stood up for two new girls, and we three are targeted. Lucky for the girls, I'm a Karen and document everything and got a big mouth too. Thank you for standing up for them. Yeah, I love that. I wish I had colleagues like you. But yeah, people do not want to admit jealousy and envy because it brings shame, and they're just not mature or aware enough to be able to learn how to deal with jealousy. But jealousy is normal, it's a human emotion, okay? So somebody's jealous of you, they don't want to admit it, so they want to have everybody else also not like you so that they don't feel left out, so that they don't feel like they're the odd man out, right? Because if everybody don't like you, then it's not that I'm jealous, it's just because nobody likes you because you're a bad person, right? Crazy. So the first point that I said is jealousy makes people very angry. And when they're angry, a lot of the times they don't have that stop button in your mind that says, okay, don't do it. Like, there's different levels of jealousy, y'all. There's different levels of envy. If you guys watch Mrs. Read the Room here on YouTube, she has a book called Green Eyes, and she literally dissects the different types of envy and the different levels of envy. I said empty, sorry. But basically, like, there's levels to this thing. And when somebody's at the first stage, that's normal. We all get envious, right? Most of that, it gets like once people think about it and work through it, like it's gone. But there's like, once people get to like the third and fourth stages of envy, oh no, baby, they're not right in the head. They could do anything to you, like Yolanda Salivar level of crazy. So there's different levels to envy. Okay. So basically, when somebody wants to run a smear campaign, that might be like a level 3 type of envy. Okay. And what they do is like they start planting little seeds. I talked about the seeds. So it's not going to be something obvious at first. Okay. Let me read your comments real quick. Okay. Lisa says, oh no, sorry. I love sunflowers says, jealous coworkers complain of their insecurities and praise you at the same time. Then sometimes later lash out on you is a pattern. Yeah, jealousy, it makes people do the hot and cold thing. They get close to you, but then they hate you at the same time. We'll talk about that. Okay. Okay, Lisa says, I experienced small amounts of jealousy when I was younger. I don't experience it now because I know people go through a lot sometimes to get the things and success they have. Yes, I love that you realize that. Y'all, jealousy is normal. It's how you deal with it that matters. Indica Jane, hey girl, thanks for joining this live. I remember you from my last live. What's up, girl? Okay. Indica Jane says they always got to recruit. Yep. When people got to recruit other people to tear you down, you are that girl. You are that girl. They can't take you by themselves. Okay. Gigi says, hey Bella. Hi, Gigi girl. I hope you're doing okay. Thanks for joining. Genevieve says, could you please give advice on how to navigate social dynamics once the smear campaign is over? I would appreciate it. Okay. We'll talk about that later. Gigi says you were waiting for this video. Yeah, a lot of people have been asking for it. Hi, Tiara. Yes. Okay. So back to my point. So they start planting little seeds because they can't just come out and say like, I hate this girl. She makes me feel insecure about myself. She gets so much attention that I actually want. They can't do that. So now they gotta create something, create a reason why they don't like you. So the example that I gave in the video, let's say you dress really well, you have a really nice body, you're pretty, and you get a lot of attention, right? So they'll plant the seed. Instead of saying, I'm jealous of her and I wish I looked like her and I wish I dressed like her, now it's going to be, they will bump their friend's shoulder like, you see that? Like, why is she wearing that? why is she wearing it? Like, girl, like, it's not that deep. Like, she does too much. Like, she just wants attention. Like, it's not even that deep. Like, why you gotta do all of that? Like, we just here. Like, it's not, like she does, like, you notice, like, yeah, like she does too much. Like, she wants attention. Like, girl, like, that's narcissistic. Like, why you want to plant little seeds? So that's the first thing they do. They will plant a seed. So whoever they were talking to, even though they were not even looking at you in that way, they might not even have been paying you no mind, right? But now they start looking at you harder. Like, well, I guess she does dress pretty over the top, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I never really noticed, but now that you said it, like, I can see that. Right? That's the little seed. And then now people start looking at you. They put you under a microscope. So let's say they told like 5 people, right? Now those 5 people will start like really paying attention to you. So now every time you walk in, they start looking at how you're dressed because now there's attention to it, right? And now if you dress really well, every time you come in, they're collecting data. Then they'll go back and discuss amongst themselves like, yeah, I saw that. I see what you mean now. Yeah, like she do too much. Like she wants attention. Like I don't like girls like that. That's how it starts. That is how it starts. Plant the seed and then get everybody else to start putting a magnifying glass on you, right? Okay, I love Sunflower says, you're doing a good job giving girls advice on smear campaigns. As a collective, Black people are taught to forgive and forget. Now we are all learning to fight back, personally, legally, professionally. Yes, 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 yes. We got to fight back the right way. Yeah. So now you're under a magnifying glass. Everybody's paying attention to you. And then now they're going to start having little opinions about you when they never had it before. Like, oh yeah, she do dress too like over the top. Oh yeah, she do too much. Like, oh yeah, I see what you mean now. They planted the seed. So now they've got people behind them that also think you do too much. And now they feel like they gotta be the ones to tell you like to like humble you, bring you back down, right? Because now you're attention seeking all of a sudden, even though you just mind your business, right? So now that they've got people, they've planted the seed, now they're going to water the seed, which means they're going to try to escalate it, right? So now it's not just, oh, you're over the top. Now it's you're doing it for attention. You're doing it for male attention. You want to sleep with the guys. You want to get up. It's probably because you want to sleep with the boss and get up higher on the at your job. And so then they start doing these little things, and it's like, how did it get from she dresses like this to now she's sleeping with the boss? That makes no sense. They're watering the seed. Okay. Okay, Tiara says, wow, my situation was an attack on my motherhood and character, shaking my head. It was one of the most chalky times of my life, but it did help me grow and place boundaries, and it taught me to forgive. Yes, I'm so sorry you went through that. People will do that. Indica Jane says, on point, thank you. And Gigi says, this happened to me because I decided to befriend girls not on my level. Yes, we will talk about that later, y'all. We will talk about that later. But yeah, so they're watering the seed. Now it escalates from she dresses over the top and wants attention to now she wants male attention. She wants to sleep with this one. She's now a slut. It went from she dresses over the top to now she's a slut with no evidence, by the way. No evidence, just talking. Just talking. So now and then it go from 5 people to now it's 10 people. And they're all looking at you. And they're all putting a magnifying glass on you. And what happens with the human brain is that when somebody plants a seed that's negative about you, people's brains will start looking for negativity in you. Like they're trying to find the evidence in you. So now every single little thing that you do, they will twist it to fit that negative narrative. They will flip it to fit that negative narrative because the brain is trying to find something, evidence to match what is being said about you. So even if before everybody left you alone, nobody bothered you before, now the way you walk is wrong. Now your makeup is wrong. Now, if you just talk to a guy about, I don't know, homework or something, now it's, oh, you're sleeping with them. You see that everything, little thing you do now will be made to fit that negative narrative. They're searching for evidence. Yes. Okay, Gigi says, mind you, they do this while subtly copying you. Yes, fans, fans. We talk about fans. And confirmation bias. Yeah, yeah. They're looking for confirmation for what they were told, right? And Lisa says, searching for evidence. Yep. And it's sad how true this is. Yeah, that's right, Kay. So now everybody and their mama is watching you. Now everything you do is negative, and you start thinking like, what? Like what? That's not true. I'm not this way. Cause that, and then what you also start noticing is that more and more people will feel very comfortable disrespecting you, like out loud publicly, because now it's like it's a thing now. It's like it's cool now to bully you because everybody feels like they need to humble you. You do too much, right? So now you will see people just come out of the woodworks and call you a nasty name or a disrespectful name, or they feel like they can touch you inappropriately or hit you, like just like people feel like it's okay to disrespect you. Like it's open season on you at this point. Because it's like, oh, well, everybody thinks she's this way, so nobody will check me for hurting her. Y'all, smear campaigns are really damaging, y'all. Like, it's literally, it's the basis for mob mentality. Because everybody thinks it's okay to hurt you, and nobody's going to come to your rescue because everybody has been brainwashed to think that you are a problem that needs to be humbled, tear down, right? Kay says, I had to get physical once for something like this. Yeah, like I can see how you want to fight because it can really hurt you. Yeah, because at this point, it's like open season on you. Nobody's going to be in your corner because everybody has been manipulated to have this image of you that's not true based from one person. And at this point, once it gets to the really disrespectful parts, when people feel like they can openly disrespect you, at this point, you will notice that um, the person that started the smear campaign, at this point, they will kind of just play it cool. Like they will play it back like they're not the ones who started it. Like because now they got everybody else doing their dirty work. Like this girl literally plants seeds in people's minds to come and like make fun of me, mock me, insult me or something, and she would just be quiet, just like sitting there like she didn't do nothing, right? And then even now, at some point, the perpetrator will try to pretend to be your friend. Like they will try to come to you like they're your friend, and it's like you are behind all of this. Like you're sick. You are sick. But they seem innocent to you now. I mean, they're not innocent, but they act innocent and play the back, but they're the mastermind of everything because they know if they themselves go at you, they will look like a hater, like the problem, and they don't want to do that. Okay, Lisa says, I don't understand why there is never anyone in these situations that can see what's happening. Everybody involved just be dumb followers, no mind of your own. Yes, that's the mob mentality. It's a whole mob thing. Like, I don't know. It's like human psychology. Like people need at least one person to all punch down on. It's the same thing that happened with World War II. Like find one group to make the villain, and then everybody else just jumps in. It's crazy, right? But that's what happens. It becomes open season on you. People feel it's a cool thing now to pick on you. It's a cool thing now to bully you. If somebody wants to seem cool or in the in crowd, they'll try to pick on you because nobody will come to your defense. It's really hurtful. Have you guys either witnessed or experienced that? Like people feel really comfortable disrespecting you because now there is basically it's open season on you. Let me know in the comments before I get to point 2. Okay. All right. Point 2. Why do people run smear campaigns? Competition and rivalry. Okay, so I'm gonna use the same example. Okay, so this girl, I told you guys she was not ugly, and she's also a pretty girl, right? We were like the two pretty girls in the class, in the school, whatever, right? And some women, some really beautiful women, can also be very narcissistic. Okay, these are the Regina Georges. Okay, because they have the family system, they have the support to be able to fully act out on their privilege. Okay. So these types of women want to be the only one that gets male attention. They want to be the only ones that are seen as pretty. They want to be the only ones that are admired and like get all the boys and whatever privileges come with pretty privilege. She wanted to be the only one. Okay, this is the type of girl that she handpicks people that seem significantly uh, less attractive than her so that she can stand out. Okay, so also I was competition. It wasn't just jealousy. I was also her competition. I guess now I'm her rival or whatever. She feels like if I exist in this space, then I will get some male attention that she might want, and she don't want that competition. So she needs to skew everybody's, especially the boys. She used to do this with the boys a lot. So she needs to skew people's perception of me to be somehow less than and inferior to her. Like it's not cool to hang out with her. Okay, hang out with me. If you hang out with her, you're not cool, basically, right? Okay, let me see here. Okay, Lisa says, yes, I've experienced it. I'm friendless at the moment. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I love sunflower says, well, yes, I did. I'm sorry too. Genevieve said, yes, I noticed that ever since my sister-in-law executed her smear campaign, my mother-in-law suddenly got really nasty and disrespectful towards me. Yes, these manipulators, they play on people's emotions, right? They know how to use people to do their dirty work for them. So they will be like just chilling, and then they get everybody else to start talking crazy to you. And it's like, whoa, yo, where's all this energy coming from? Like, why is everybody coming from me? I don't understand. And the manipulator is just sitting there like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, and they're behind it. They're behind the smear campaign, but they know how to fire people up to bully you on their behalf. It's sad. Okay, Gigi says, what do you think about the idea of not blocking them since they should see us living life and looking good? I don't like that. You know what? I used to do that when I was younger, but I realized like I don't want you on my page. Like I don't want you, I don't want to follow you, and I don't want you to follow me, because just you being there is like a trigger for me. I don't want to see you blocked. Do not block them, Gigi. Block them. Okay, I love Sunflower says, oh no, don't feel sorry, girl. It's gonna turn into a court case. But thank you for your empathy and kindness. Oh my god, it's a court case. Okay, I hope you win, girl. Yeah. Um, but yeah, they get other people to do their dirty work for them. Um, and the rivalry thing, they want to be the only one. So somebody sees you, you're just as good looking as her, you dress just as well, you're just as smart, you're just as funny, you're just as sociable. She is jealous. She wants to be the only one. So now she has to eliminate you completely. Okay. Sometimes they want to eliminate you completely, but sometimes they do these smear campaigns so that you will finally surrender to them and be like, okay, like I give up. Like you are the queen bee. Like I'll be your sidekick so that I won't be your competition. Like it's like that. People are sick. Okay, Lisa says, I block them. A lot of them will perform just for you if they know you are following them. Yes. Yes. Like they will start posting mad things that they know you're interested in. Like, for example, this one girl that I ended the friendship with, completely jealous of me. I think I was still following her at the time. I said, I always said, like, I want to visit Dubai, blah, blah, blah. As soon as I cut her off, like 2 months later, she went to Dubai with her whole family and just started posting it. They do weird stuff like that. Like I'm not trying to see that. Like you trying to be petty. Blocked, block all of them, and they'll wake up all blocked. Talk amongst each other and figure out why you're all blocked. Also, following me is also like a form of energy siphoning. Like you're still siphoning my energy. Like you are still copying me. You're still like watching everything that I do. You're still getting my energy, and I don't want that, baby. Cut you off. Cut off. Hi, Shine, baby, Shine. Hey, thanks for joining. Yes, we are discussing smear campaigns. Outsmarting a smear campaign. Okay, yeah, I'm moving on to the next reason why people run smear campaigns. The number three was power and control, right? There are people, usually very controlling personalities, that rely on being the nucleus of a group or the nucleus of a organization. Okay, they want to be the one people go to. They want to be central to the whole group. You know how you see those groups and like there's like a queen bee, and it's like, what is this? like what is this? Like second grade? Like there's a queen bee, and everything is ran through the queen bee, and like nobody moves until the queen bee says so, and it's like, what is this? Like, am I back in elementary school? Like, even grown adults. But usually there's a queen bee, and everything is ran through the queen bee, and they know everything, and everybody depends on them. And that's where they get their power from, right? So if you're somebody new and you join this group or you join this organization, and you are somebody that um is influential, and people tend to really like you, and people like talking to you, and people gravitate towards you, they get envious. And they also not even envious, they get scared that their power is being diluted. They want to be the central, they want to be the queen bee. But if you keep getting people that really like you and like consult you and want to hang out with you and look up to you in a way, they start feeling threatened. They start feeling like their position is threatened. Okay, these are the peoples whose self-esteems come from controlling people, controlling groups and dynamics, and they can't be sharing the spotlight. And if you take away that power from them, they have nothing. They rely on that, so they also have to eliminate you. Okay. I love Sunflower says, yep. And when you don't surrender, they start to act so crazy. It gets so bad that the people who support them actually get embarrassed because now it's too much. So they end up leaving the person. Yes. Oh my God. I think around like junior year, people started like realizing like, okay, this girl is like, you won't stop picking on Bella. Like you won't stop, like, why you keep doing it? And then one of the girls that like used to join in on her started being nice to me because she could realize like, okay, there's something wrong here. Like what is going on? Yeah, it actually gets embarrassing because they want you to surrender. And the same girl, at one point, when she saw me with my best friend, like she tried to get in the middle of our group. Like, girl. Anyway, okay, Shine Baby Shine says, yes, I've dealt with the queen bee dynamic. Yep. Daisy, hi girl. Thanks for joining. She says, hey beauty, so glad I caught up the live. Yes, thanks for joining. Shine Baby Shine says, I befriended a girl who ended up being her minion, and I found out she was feeding her info about me. They turned this entire organization on me. Yep. This queen bee, sidekick, minions dynamic played out. Played out. Yeah. I love Sunflower says when their friends become yours. Yeah, because it's like, girl, like at some point you have to stop picking on Bella. Like why you keep doing that? Especially when I was not fighting back at first. Like I was just like, you know what, whatever. Like I just ignore, you know. Okay. So moving on to number 4 is fear of exposure. We're talking about narcissists, toxic people that do you wrong. They take advantage of you. They exploit you. They abuse you. They do little things, and then they get scared that you're about to leave them and expose what they did to you to everybody, right? So then they try to get ahead of it by smearing your name. Telling lies. What they did to you, they'll tell people that you did to them. And it's like you will hear it and it's like, wait, what? That's not true. That's what he did to me. That's what she did to me. But they went ahead to do it first, so people automatically think that you're lying. Because they'll probably be like, yeah, he told us that you would say this. Yeah, she told us that you say this. Yeah, she was right. He was right. And it's like, wait, what? That's not what happened. Like, what? They do that. So people that fear that you're going to expose them to other people for what they did to you, they also run smear campaigns. And usually with these types of people, they're very strategic because the smear campaign does not just start when you're about to leave. It escalates when you're about to leave, but it doesn't start when you're about to leave. They usually start smearing you like early on in the beginning of whatever type of relationship it is. Like, for example, if this is a romantic relationship and it's a guy, it's like your first month, first 3 months of dating, they're already smearing you to their family or their friends. Oh, she doesn't do this. Oh, she does this too much. She's trying to control me. She's doing this. She's doing that. And it just keeps like escalating. Like it starts early, mad early. And they do this because they're not new to this game. They know how they are. Okay, they know how they are. They know exactly what they do. You're not the first person to ever do this, for them to ever do this to. You're just one of many, right? They have a trail behind them. So they know that eventually you're going to figure them out and leave and maybe try to expose them. But they know, okay, from their past mistakes, they know like, okay, if I don't, they're usually gonna figure me out and try to expose me and damage my reputation because I do so many horrible things to them and I can't stop. Okay, so what I have to do is just start spearing them early, do it ahead of time so that by the time that they figure me out, it'll be too late. Nobody will believe them. That's the strategy. Okay. So they smear you very early on. Like you think y'all are in a relationship or a friendship or this is your family, your parent, whatever. They just start smearing you because eventually they know there will come a time where you'll be sick of their BS and leave. And then you might want to talk about it with people and they don't want anybody to be on your side. So that's why they plant those little seeds and nuggets into other people's minds. So by the time you leave them, people are relieved that you left because they're probably thinking like, oh, thank God you left that girl. She was doing too much. And it's like you sitting there like, what? He or she did so much bad stuff to me. Why are you relieved that I left? Because they've been smearing you, baby. They've been telling people that you are the problem from the beginning. So they're probably telling the narcissist or the toxic person, like, oh, good for you. Yeah, you didn't need to put up with that. And it's like, what? Put up with what? Like, I put up with them. Like, what? But they're very strategic. Okay. Lisa says triangulation. Yep. They start very early. MG, okay, I'll just call you MG. She says, why don't they just behave? Because they're mentally ill. Annoying asses. Okay, I love Sunflower says, Bella Mama, at this point, we gotta start competing with them on narcissism. Like, if you're a narcissist, game on, because I can beat you and do it better. Oh, baby, I'm already there. I'm already there. Okay. Shine Baby Shine says, exactly. My own sister ran a smear campaign on me. I found out she was envious of me. And then she went around telling others I was envious of her. She turned most of our childhood friends against me. Yeah, yeah. This is a strategy that like jealous people do. When they're really jealous of you, they try to flip the dynamic so that it can seem like you're jealous of them. And it's like, girl, what? Girl, what? You jealous of me. I'm not jealous of you. Are you crazy? Yeah. Um, my sister's a covert narcissist. Oh, coverts are the worst. Covert narcissists are the worst. Like they have a victim mentality and they're just so insecure. Okay, Gigi says hi, Daisy. Okay. Shine Baby Shine says, and the strategy definitely works. Yep. Yep, it does. La Peaches, hi girl, welcome to the chat. She says, yep, they're toxic. That's what they do. Yep. Okay, Goddess Divine says, hi, Goddess Divine. Thanks for joining. Okay, she says, people who don't know the truth definitely congratulate the narcissist for getting rid of you. Whole time you just thanking the heavens that you made it out and can start your healing process. Yes, like people are congratulating them, like, yeah, bro, I'm so glad you left her. She was crazy. All that stuff you said she was doing to you, bro. Yeah, I'm glad you left. Like, it's time to party. Where the hoes at? And it's like, what? Like, what? They're very strategic. Yeah. Okay, Lisa says, yes, yes, what is with them telling people you are jealous of them? I do not understand that. It's projection. Yeah, shy baby shine. Yeah, you're right. It's projection. When people are jealous, they feel shameful around you. They feel like, okay, no way I'm gonna let this girl feel better about herself because I'm jealous of her. No, I'm gonna flip it. She's actually jealous of me. It's like some type of delusional world that they go to when they're jealous of you. Like, they're just trying to have some type of self-esteem around you. That's all. They're projecting. La Peaches says, hey Blasi, we missed you while you were gone. Thank you. Thank you. I missed y'all too. But yeah, a lot was going on, but we're better now. Okay. All right, y'all. Moving on. So the last one is personal vendettas. So grudges, betrayals, breakups. These people are motivated to destroy your reputation because they have a desire for revenge or punishment. Okay. And these also include the people that have been taking advantage of you that can no longer exploit you. Okay. So let's talk about those people. So have you have y'all met those people that not have y'all met, but like have you ever said no to somebody and they get so angry at you that they start trying to turn everybody against you? It's like, girl, all I said was no thanks. You offered me something, I said no thanks. Now you're turning everybody against me? Like, what? But little grudges, little things they do, and it's like, girl, I can say no to you. Like, I can reject something that you offered. I can reject you. I don't have to always say yes. But these are people that usually have entitlement issues. They're very entitled to people. And also, if you are somebody who's high on the social hierarchy, when you reject something or say no to somebody, people get really angry because they take it very personally because they feel like they got rejected from the popular table. Like they get really butthurt. So like little grudges, little things make people want to turn other people against you because they're so butthurt. But also, let's talk about the people that were exploiting you, and then you finally set a boundary. So these people, they've been taking advantage of your kindness. They've been using you for something. They've been abusing you or something. And then when you finally say no, enough is enough. Like, you're not going to do this to me anymore. They get so mad. They get angry because at this point, if they've been using you long enough, they actually start to think that they own you. Like, they start to think that you are their property. And it's like, excuse me? Like, you don't own me. Like, I do not exist to serve you. I do not exist to keep saying yes and giving and giving and giving and serving you like I'm a maid. I can say no to you. I do not exist for you. But these people, that's the danger of being a people pleaser, is that people start to feel entitled to you. Like, they feel entitled to your presence, to your time, to your attention, to your labor. They actually feel like they own you, like you are their private slave. Like, so when you finally say no, they look at you like a hand, like their hand that just started walking on its own. It's like, because they don't even view you as a person anymore. Like, they view you as like an extension of themselves. Like, why is my hand telling me no? It's my hand. There's no place where they end and you begin. Like, they think you are theirs. You are part of them. Like, you belong to them. It's crazy. So then with these people, when you say no to them, they actually feel like it's betrayal. Like, they actually think you betrayed them. How dare you not sacrifice your life to serve me and my needs? So then they actually believe that you betrayed them. So now they will go and tell everybody that you betrayed them, you're fake, you're this, you're that, because you said no, you won't let them use you anymore. Running smear campaigns because they feel betrayed by you. And it's like, I didn't betray you, I just said no. Like, what? Crazy. Okay, Tiara says the narcs turn people against you, and people who know your character just switch up. Like, what? People can be so fickle, it's nauseating. Yeah, smear campaigns can be a blessing in disguise because you can actually get to see who actually likes you as a person, who been not liking you and just wanted to join in on hating you, and who are gullible and naive and don't question anything. It's like, okay, I don't even want to be around you because you're dumb. You're too naive. Like, you will believe anything. Good luck in life, you know? I love Sunflower says if this happens at work and their strategy doesn't work, they end up getting to leave for months. That's funny. Okay, Goddess Divine says, I'll never forget this one former friend finding reasons for everyone to be considered jealous of her. And anytime someone generally didn't care, then here comes the campaign. Yes, like some people are so delusional, like they do not live in reality. It's like, girl, you're jealous of me. I'm not jealous of you. Why are you trying to make it seem like I'm jealous of you? But it's projection, and it's like they can't take shame, so they try to project it onto other people. Okay, Kay says, I had a guy do that to me. He turned a huge portion of the school against me. He tried to get another guy to beat me with a chair. Oh my God. He tried to get another guy to beat me with a chair. That is crazy. I'm so sorry. What is wrong with people? Wow. Because you won't sleep with him? You won't go out with him? I'm so sorry. People are unhinged. Unhinged. Okay, we're moving on to the next sector. Okay, so we've talked about why people run smear campaigns against you, and now how does smear campaigns impact you as the victim? Okay, so we know that smear campaigns can make you very isolated. Okay, nobody wants to take your side because if they take your side, they will also end up being bullied. Okay. Nobody wants to stick up for you because then people will start looking at them and then they'll become the next target. Right. So even if people think that is wrong what people are doing to you, they don't want to get involved and take your side because it's self-preservation. They'll just rather not deal with that at all. Right. So although it hurts, you can't really be too mad at people for not involving themselves because it's self-preservation. If they get involved, they get bullied too. So it's a really sticky situation. It really is. It really, really is. Um, But yeah, isolation is really like purposely making somebody isolated is really an evil tactic because what do we know about isolation? Isolated people are the perfect targets for abusers. Okay? So if the whole school is against you and you're isolated, you know who's going to want to hang out with you? The crazy people, the psychopaths, the narcissists that want somebody to abuse and control. They will pick you up because they know they can get away with abusing you. And isolation also makes you depressed. As humans, we are social beings. We are wired to connect and socialize with others. Okay, one of the needs on the Maslow's hierarchy of needs is connection, social connection, community. Okay, we need to be included in the community. That's why exclusion and isolation is such a huge, it's such an important strategy when it comes to smear campaigns because they want you to feel it. People are not supposed to be alone. Humans are not supposed to be alone and isolated. Okay. You get depressed, anxious, and it can get dark. So when somebody is running a smear campaign against you, they're trying to make you isolated, which makes you very vulnerable. It's evil. Okay. So that's number one, right? And then number two, anxiety and depression. The anxiety comes from the fact that you don't know who knows what. You don't know who is against you and who is for you. You never know when somebody is gonna call you a nickname or mock you along with the others, or you never know when somebody's going to disrespect you and put you on the spot because now it's open season on you. You never know, like you just never know when you will become the target again. When somebody will pick you out because it's easy to bully you because nobody's on your side, right? So that can cause you a lot of anxiety. And because of this, a lot of people end up with social anxiety disorders or avoidant personality disorders. So avoidants usually tend to avoid social situations where they're not, where like avoidants are good with socializing with people that they know and trust, right? Like, okay, this person likes me, they're not going to make fun of me. But everybody else, they avoid those type of social groups because it's like, okay, I don't know, who knows what, I don't know if I'm going to be the butt of the joke or somebody's going to attack me. You become very anxious. Okay. Okay, Shine Baby Shine says, girl, this is exactly why it's hard to get out of this cycle. The isolation to abuse pipeline is real. Yes. Yes, it's really sad. It's really sad. Smear campaigns are evil, very evil. So you end up with some type of social anxiety, some type of anxiety disorder, which then leads to depression. It's a whole lot. Okay. Also, self trust. Your self trust gets shattered, right? So a lot of times smear campaigns are ran by people that were close to us, people that we once dated or we once were friends with, or people we were close to. We allow them to get close to us. So it shatters your self trust because you're now thinking like, how did I not see the signs? Like, how did I let this person so close to me? Like, this person is evil. How did I not know this? So now you start questioning yourself, like, is my radar off? Like, is my can I not trust myself and my judgment? So you get betrayal trauma. You become very self conscious about your decisions because it's like, did I choose wrong? Can I not choose right? Can I not see who's toxic and who's not? How did I not know the signs? So you get really paranoid about being betrayed again. So one of two things are going to happen. You're either going to be overly trusting. So when somebody ran a smear campaign against you and you're isolated and depressed and anxious and everything, you're either going to overly trust people. So whoever comes next that is super warm and nice and kind to you, initially you're going to cling on to them because it's like, oh, finally somebody who's nice to me, who's a good person, who cares about me and is not evil like everybody else. You either be overly trusting of them and cling on to them, which a lot of times turns out to be horrible people, or you become the opposite. You become completely hypervigilant, paranoid. You don't trust anyone. You don't want to hang out with anybody. You don't want any friends. You just become extremely paranoid of people in general, which is not, none of those two things are good. Okay. So smear campaigns it does a lot. It takes a toll on your mental and emotional health and social health. Okay. Okay, Lisa says, I don't know if I'm crazy, but I like vibing out alone. I have so much fun and I will have an entire weekend planned. Yes, okay, you guys, there's a difference between being alone and being lonely and isolated. Okay. I love my time alone. Like I really thrive alone. I become very successful alone. I'm funny alone. So there's nothing wrong with enjoying like your alone time. There's a difference between being alone and being isolated and lonely. Those are two different things. Okay. Okay, I love sunflower says, me too. Um, I'm also an only child. Okay, I think you're talking to somebody else. Okay. She also says, I think being an only child really trains you to be the biggest Karen because no one else got your back. No one else but you got your back. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So smear campaigns are really evil because they do this to you. All right. So moving on to preventing a smear campaign. Okay. How do you strategize to make sure that you can survive a smear campaign? Okay. So you can't really prevent a smear campaign, guys. You if somebody wants to ruin your name, they can't attempt to. Like you can't really stop that. You know, you can't control anybody, but you can kind of prevent the damage that it does to you, okay, by being proactive. Okay. So the first way you do this is you work on your social skills and build a network of different types of people in different sectors. Okay. So a smear campaign relies heavily on containment, meaning that smear campaigns usually thrive in one setting. So let's say your the smear campaign was like, I don't know, at your school, like in your classroom, I don't know. Um in that classroom, right? But that's not the only place where you have friends at, right? You can have friends at your church, you can have friends even just in the school, you can have friends in different like extracurricular activities, you can have friends in uh friends outside of school, you can have friends outside of your work. You can have friends like different people in different places. Smear campaigns really do the most damage when your only social network is in one place. If you only have friends at church, if church is where all your friends are, right? You only have friends at church, you don't have friends outside of church, then it's gonna really hurt you because when a smear campaign hits, all your friends are gone. All your friends are gone. No one likes you at church. So now you're left with no friends. Okay. So you have to make the effort to build networks in different places. Have different friends, different people in different areas of your life. Okay. So pick up a hobby, make friends there. You go to church, make friends there. You go to school, make friends there. And they don't have to all know each other. Okay. And what really hurts people that run smear campaigns is when they ruin your name in one area, then they see you having fun with your different group of friends that they don't know. And they be like, who are these people? Yeah. You thought you had me finished, right? Yeah. Right. So you need to make friends, have different networks, diverse networks. Okay. Diversify, diversify, diversify. Okay. You don't want when all your friends are in this one group, it makes smear campaigns more powerful because that's all you have. Okay, people that have options have power. So create options for yourself. Okay, so whatever social group that you're in, diversify them. Okay, all right. All right, number two is keep your personal information that can be used against you to yourself. Ah, I already talk about this, y'all. I already talk about this. Keep your business to yourself. Okay. Grace, hi Grace, welcome to the chat. Grace says, girl, you need to make a video on how to make friends plus build networks. I'm struggling. I have a video. I do have a video. I think I have a video called Date Your Friends. Or is it Vet Your Friends? Yeah, I think it's called Vet Your Friends and Categorize Your Friendships. I have two videos. I have two videos, y'all. Check it out. They're older, but they're there. Okay. Um, but yeah, keep your personal information that can be used against you to yourself. So, how I do this, your best bet is whatever information. Okay, so think to yourself, okay, if you have this one or two information and somebody else found out about it, you will literally be riddled with shame Do not tell anybody else. Do not tell anybody else. If you think if somebody else finds out about this, I'm going to be so embarrassed. I'm going to be mortified. I'm going to be just devastated. Do not tell anybody about it. About it. Okay? Don't tell people about that. If you really want to get it off your chest, write it down in a journal. Okay, write it down in a journal. But do not but do not tell people. Okay? All right. 4.20 TK. Okay, can you add your name to your message so that I know what to call you instead of calling you that username? But thanks for joining the chat. Okay, she says navigating the nasty smear campaign right now. Thank God I have people who like and know me for who I am, so I didn't fall into the trap of overexposing my character. Yes, it's good to have people in your corner, but I'm sorry you're going through that. Shine Baby Shine says, at what point do you walk away from an environment where a smear campaign is happening versus continuing to show up confidently as if you have nothing to be ashamed of? I would say once like it really starts to affect like your mental health, like you are crying every day, you are, or maybe it's messing up your money or your business opportunities, or you just every time you go in there, like your body is just like riddled with like anxiety. Um, if it gets to that point, it's time to leave. If it's like a job, it's time to start applying. Get your resume together, start applying for other jobs. If it's a church, start looking for a different church. If it's a hobby group, let's say it's like a samba class. I'm sure there's another samba class in your area. Okay. Once it really starts to take a toll on you like that, then it's time to go. Okay. All right. Okay. Your name is Kiana. Okay. I'll call you that. Thank you. All right, y'all. Moving on. But yeah, for the personal information thing, if you think if anybody found out about this, it will ruin me. Please don't tell anybody else that. If you really feel like you need to get it off your chest, you can write it down in a journal. Okay? If you want to get off your chest, you can write it down in a journal. It will give you the same feeling and outcome as if you told somebody else. Okay? But keep your personal business to yourself because a smear campaign is only as good as the information that is being thrown out of there. Okay, so if you're not telling people your personal business that can ruin you, they're not going to really have info to run on you. Yeah, Grace says people are so sad making smear campaigns. Yeah, people are really miserable. Yeah, Lisa says keeping your business to yourself is so important. Yes, y'all do not go out there blabbing all your personal business. Okay, people don't care that much, first of all. And two, if you're somebody that a lot of people envy, everything you say, they are taking note of that and going back and dissecting it amongst each other and spreading your business. They don't care. Like, okay, LaPeisha says, yes, if it's a job, leave because they'll set you up to get fired. Yeah, yeah. Once it becomes too much and like people feel very comfortable openly disrespecting you, you're crying every time you leave, and like at that point it's time to leave. Yeah. Okay. Also, with your personal information, you guys get the Glow Getter Guidebook on Amazon. There's a chapter in there about verbal boundaries, about what you would talk about and what you won't talk about. Okay, you can write it down in that journal, and then you know, okay, this is a boundary for me. I'm not sharing this with anyone. Okay. So that's why I created the Glow Getter Guide too. Okay. Every book that I created for y'all, there's a purpose for it. There's a purpose for it. All right. If you have the Glow Getter Guide, let me know if it helped you in the comments in the chat. Okay, moving on to number 3. How to prevent the damage of a smear campaign. Detach from the good girl image and image management. Okay. Y'all, I think I talked about this in the video before this one. And even I have a couple of videos talking about the good girl image. So in my video called "You're Not a Good Person," in my empath, you're not an empath, you're codependent video, you're not nice, you're a caretaker. All of those videos, my people pleasing videos, all of that, watch those if you need to detach from your good girl image, okay? Because the good girl image literally keeps you stuck in situations that you should have left because you feel like you need to prove to people that you're a good person, okay? Can I tell you guys a secret? Can I really tell you guys a secret? Most people do not actually care if you're a good person or not. If that was true, Diddy would not have any friends. If that was, I mean, there's a few people in life that actually, have morals and care if you're a good person or not, but most people don't. If they feel like there's a benefit to being around a terrible person, they will be around that terrible person. Okay? Okay, La Peaches says, I have it. I haven't started yet. Oh, you have the book? Okay, please start. Okay, it will really help you out with boundaries and standards. Okay? All right, Grace says, do you have a video on changing your self-concept, boosting your self-esteem? This channel is such a gem. Yes. My titles are like a little weird and wonky because like I have to deal with the YouTube algorithm, get it out there. So they're like outrageous. But I'm sorry. But one good video about self-concept and boosting your self-esteem is be arrogant if you're pretty. Okay, be arrogant if you're pretty. The title's outrageous, but it's a good video on self-confidence. Okay. Goddess Divine says having other friends is good, and sometimes the main friend group should not know about your other friends in case they try to isolate you from them. Trust your intuition if you feel it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you have to have other friends, diversify, because if your main friend group start not liking you or whatever, then like you don't want to be left alone, right? You still want to have a network. So keep them away from each other for the most part. Yeah. Okay. Where was I? Yeah, detach from the good girl image because you don't have to be a good girl 24/7, y'all. You don't have to be a good girl. You can be respectful and polite, right? But you don't have to be a good girl. A good girl is a people pleaser. Good girl is too nice. Good girl is scared that people are going to think she's not nice, right? So she feels the need to prove to everybody that she's nice. So then people take advantage of her and exploit her and use her because she feels like she can't say no. Because if she says no, then people will know that people will think that she's not a good person and abandon her or talk trash about her or reject her or whatever the reason is. You have to detach from the good girl image. Okay. Hi, Camille. Welcome to the chat. She says this happens so often. Stellar topic. Thank you so much. You guys need to stop caring about what other people think of you. Yes, there should be a part of you that cares about your reputation in general, right? But you still need to find a way to detach because at the end of the day, people will keep talking about what they want to talk about. People will think whatever they think about you. Okay, and you can't change that. Like, what are you gonna do? Jump into the brain of everybody and like change the wires and the neurons in their brain? You can't do that. People are going to think whatever they think. Okay, so yes, you can care about your reputation, but don't be so focused on being the good girl in everyone's minds that you just start um that you can't set a boundary for yourself. Okay. Okay. Shine Baby Shine says, what I found out is that if you're truly a good person with high integrity, it can sometimes work against you because it makes people compare themselves to you and almost feel bad and ashamed of themselves. Yes, this happens to me too. Like people get mad because they think you're going to be mean like them or conniving like them, and when you're not, they get annoyed or they get like ashamed of themselves, and then they try to bully you instead. So it's not like they're gonna think like, okay, it's not that I'm a bad person, it's that you're weak, so I'm gonna bully you for not being a bully. Like people are sick, you know. Okay, Genevieve says, thank you again for your content. It has really helped me process and deal with the insanity I have been going through since I was a child. Thank you for watching and subscribing. You guys, if you really like the channel, like, share, subscribe to whoever you feel like needs to watch my content, okay? And recommend the books and the course to whoever you think needs it, okay? We're trying to grow the channel, but thank you. All right, MG says, I've been there, especially when you're not sure why people are being assholes to you. It's instinct to just be a honeypot. Yeah. Yeah. Like when you're a good person, people just feel the need to tear you down because it's like, how dare you be better than us? Are you saying that we're bad people? Oh, it's not because we're bad. It's because you're weak and we're going to bully you for being weak. People are sick. So, okay, Shine Baby Shine says being too perfect or good is a liability in most spaces. Yes. So in the 48 laws of power, Robert Greene says there's a law in there that says never appear too perfect. And I use that example with the Beyonce and Rihanna example. People hate Beyonce because she appears way too perfect, right? She doesn't cuss for the most part. She doesn't mingle with the commoners. She doesn't because Rihanna will give you like the real. She will cuss somebody out. She will hop on social media and cuss somebody out. She will she's bad girl Riri, right? So people can have moral superiority over Rihanna, like, oh, I'm better than her, I'm a good person. And people don't feel like they have to like be on guard and be on their best behavior with Rihanna. So people like that, right? People like when they don't have to be on their P's and Q's for you, for somebody. So when you come off too perfect, it makes them feel like, damn, now I gotta be a good person too. Oh, I hate this girl. Yeah. Um, okay. Let's see, he says, Grace says, keeping a good persona for the sake of it allows people to take advantage of you for sure. Yes. Because you always feel like I have to keep this image. I have to let this person keep thinking I'm a good person. Otherwise, they will, I don't know, reject me or talk bad about me or whatever. You have to detach. You have to stop caring. And if you want a video on how to stop caring, I have a video, an old video called Stop Caring. Watch it. Okay, so it's hard for me to change that image, but I'm definitely improving. It takes time. It takes time. Okay, Shine Baby Shine says, I still haven't read that book, and Lord knows I need to. Yeah, yeah. Okay, moving on, y'all. So we've talked about how to prevent the damage of a smear campaign. Let's talk about how to combat a smear campaign. So you could not prevent it, right? It's happened. So now what do you do? What do we do? So number one, I said do not go and hide. Okay. Y'all don't go and hide. That's what the perpetrator wants. Because how people's psychology is that if somebody spreads a rumor about you, talk bad about you, and then you go and hide, you don't come out anymore, you don't dress nice anymore, you don't show up, you're not confident, you walk slouch with your head on the ground, people will automatically think the rumor is true. They will automatically think it's true because like if it's not true, then why you moping around? Why you hiding? Where are you, girl? That's just how human psychology works. If you go and hide, they think it's true. So I give the example of Jay-Z showing up. So when that whole thing happened last year with that girl accusing him and Diddy of essaying her, and he came out, he did respond. Because I said with some smear campaigns, you do have to say something. So I think that's a good example of a smear campaign that he had to say something about, right? Because that can be really damaging for his reputation, right? So he did have to say something with that. But another thing that he did is that he showed up. So they dropped this lawsuit or whatever around the time that Blue Ivy and Beyonce's premiere was, because the whole goal was like, let's try to drop it around this time to pressure him to just settle with us, right? Because he does not want this to come out during the time of this premiere and ruin it, right? So they were trying to pressure him. That's coercion, that's pressure ploy to get him to settle. And if he had settled, it will feel like people would think that it's true, right? So he was like, you know what? No, bring it on. Okay. So he responded publicly and he showed up. He showed up at the premiere. He did not stay off the red carpet. Him and the whole family showed up at the red carpet to support Blue Ivy and Beyonce. That's what I mean by do not hide. When you go and hide, people think is more true than it is. Like people think like, oh well, she's not posting nothing. She's not coming out no more. She's, walking with her head held low. Like it must be true. Because why are you so bothered if it's not true? Right? That's how people think. Unfortunately, that's how people think. So if you want to combat a smear campaign, do not go and hide. Okay. Now I don't know if there's any truth to the allegation or whatever, but I just feel like he handled it very well. Okay. So do not go and hide. Show up, pretend like nothing happened. When you show up, pretend like nothing happened. You have no worries. Oh well, like you just here. Hair still done nicely, nails still done nicely, outfit still done nicely. Walk in like refreshed, like nothing happened, and do not talk about it. When you walk in, do not talk about it. Do not act like it doesn't even exist. It didn't even happen. People are gonna be so confused. They're gonna be like, oh, I guess it's not true because I mean she seems to be really upbeat and like she it doesn't seem like it affects her at all. So it must not be true. That's how people's psychology is. Like, do not go and hide. Do not go and hide. Okay. All right. Number two is silence. Okay. Everything in you is screaming to say something and defend yourself. Right. You feel like you have to let everybody know that's not true. Oh my God, what? That didn't happen. It didn't happen like that. You feel like you need to say something. You know what happens when you say okay? So I did give the example of JD saying something that's different. Like that is a rumor that can really like destroy his whole business. So I feel like he really had to say something. But most smear campaigns, you really do not have to say anything. The reason being is that your reaction is needed to fuel the smear campaign. So let's say, for example, if somebody smears your name saying that you are arrogant, you think you're better than people, and you go and like try to like address it or like be hella like defensive about it, they will use that reaction as proof to people like, I told you guys she has a bad temper. I told y'all she's arrogant. Y'all need to leave her alone. I told y'all. Any reaction that you give is going to be used against you. Okay. So I know it hurts. I know it hurts. You want to say something really badly. The more you fight a smear campaign, the more people think it's true. The more people use it as a proof of your character, proof that everything they've been saying about you is true. That's why narcissists, they will, when they run a smear campaign, they will try to provoke you to anger to say something to them. Then once you start like fighting back or once you start cussing them out, they will pull out your phone and start recording. Then they will take that recording and show it to people like, I told y'all, this is what I've been dealing with. This girl is abusing me. This guy is doing this. And then it's like, what? They provoked me to anger. And now they're using my reaction as proof. So your reaction is literally a fuel to a smear campaign, unfortunately. Okay. So everything is in you is telling you to say something, say something, say something. I mean, you ain't no punk. You're not weak. You should say something. You should address it. Do not do it. Unless it's something that could like really damage your reputation, like Jay-Z's example. Most smear campaigns do not require your response. Okay? You need to stay silent. That's why Lori Harvey does not respond to anything. When they said she was dating both Diddy and her son, she did not say anything. She finally responded, I think, like years later. She was like, no, that's not true. I didn't even feel like I had to respond to it because it's so ridiculous. Yeah, you don't have to respond to every single thing people say about you. Okay? Are y'all still there? I hope y'all not sleeping. Let me know, glow getters. Y'all still there? It's not everything you need to respond to, y'all. Stay silent. Okay? All right. The more you respond to it, the more oxygen it gives. Like sometimes, so the reason why Beyonce does not respond to every rumor about her on the internet is because the more you respond to a rumor, the more people, the more you give it oxygen, like the more fuel you put into it. Like it could have been one rumor that like nobody really even cared about like that. But if Beyonce came off her high horse to address it, it would have been like it would have brought way more attention to this little rumor had she like responded to it versus just not responding and just letting it die on its own. When you respond, it gives it oxygen. It gives it fuel. It lets people, bring attention to it. Right? So not everything you need to respond to. Let it die on its own. Like people, I told y'all, people don't care as much as you think. Okay? People do not care as much as you think. Like this will be the juicy tea today. Next week will be a new different tea. Somebody else will be a different topic. Okay? So not everything you have to respond to. Not everything you have to respond to. Let it die on its own. People will get over it. Okay. Okay, y'all still listening? Soaking in the gems? Okay, perfect. Okay. Goddess Divine says, I'm still here. My server's going in and out. I don't you logged out and logged back in. Oh, I hope it works out. Grace says, I'm always silent, then all of a sudden I lash out when I've had enough, to be honest. Yeah. Goddess Divine says, I'm not interested in explaining because that leads to over explaining, especially when people hear what they wanted to hear from the other person. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But let me go back to what Grace just said about lashing out. I told y'all the story in the video. So this girl has been running a smear campaign against me since like middle school, right? Turning people against me all the time, sending people to bully me on her behalf. So eventually I had enough, right? I had enough and I felt like, you know what? I need to say something. And I did it publicly in a classroom. And when I did that, people took that as evidence that I'm everything she says that I am. Even the teacher took her side. And he just stopped treating me nicely after that, took her side. Narcissists are very, very, very strategic with smear campaigns. They know exactly what to do. Just keep provoking you until you react publicly. Then they use that reaction as proof that what they did to you, as proof that you are actually a terrible person and that the rumor is true. It's very strategic. And it hurt, especially my teacher. My teacher there, he was. I liked him as a teacher, and then for him to turn on me, it was hurtful. Yeah. Shine Baby Shine says, I get the whole she thinks she's too good for us narrative because I'm reserved and attractive. And by this point, I've started to lean into it because with how these haters are acting, maybe I am. Yeah. When people say she thinks she's too good for us, it's because it's true. You are too good. You don't belong there. Get out of there. Um, okay. Indica Jane says, My mother smeared my name for years and manipulated scenes to make it out like I did nothing to help her. Oh yes, yes, I hate that when parents do this, and sometimes not even parents, just like aunties too. They just make it look like you're not helping them, you're not treating them right, you're such a bad child. Like it's really annoying because now you got all these people thinking that you're a bad daughter and you're stressing her out, and it's like, what? That's not true. Shine Baby Shine says, well, not the teacher. Yeah, girl, these teachers, child. Anyway, okay. So we talked about silence. So just be quiet. Just let it die on its own. Okay. If you really feel like you need to talk it out or get it out, write it down in a journal. Okay. All right. Number three is do not confront the perpetrator. I just talked about that a little bit. Do not confront them. The perpetrator is actually hoping that you do confront them because everything that you say in that confrontation, they will use it as evidence again to fuel the smear campaign. If you go in all angry and like yelling at them and cussing them out and trying to get answers and whatever, like I said, they take that in, they go back to other people, tell them, like, I told y'all. So do not confront them. They know exactly what they're doing and they're hoping that you confront them. Okay. Also, with people that are envious of you and see you as a rival, when you finally confront them, they love that because now they feel like y'all are on the same level. Y'all are on the same level. They feel like y'all are on the same level because you finally confronting them. Because now they feel like, oh, yeah, she confronted me, so now we beefing. Like there are some people that feel more important when you address them. Like when you address them, it makes them feel like y'all are peers. Like for example, let's say if a hater is some if some hater on Twitter says something rude about Beyonce, right? And then Beyonce, who never responds to anybody, responds to that hater on Twitter. How many times does Beyonce use her Twitter? She does not use that Twitter. But let's say she came off her high horse to address this hater weirdo on the internet. Now the hater is gonna start feeling special. Like, yeah, Beyonce responded to me. Yeah, I'm on her level. Like, I got her to respond to me. Like, I'm important. I'm on her level. We are beefing. Like, girl, you are not on Beyonce's level. You are not on Beyonce's level. But that's what haters feel important when you address them. When you confront them, they feel like they're like y'all are beefing, y'all are rivals, like y'all are competing. And it's like, girl, you are not on my level. You're not on my level. Like, stop. Like, stop. You are not. But it feels it. It makes them feel important. Aphrodite Disciple, hi, hi, welcome to the chat. Thanks for joining. She says, I'm a Pisces and an INFJ. I'm very introverted. I've had people talk behind my back and even say to me, she thinks she's better than us. She doesn't talk. She thinks she's prettier than us. LOL. Yeah, they do that when you're pretty and introverted and mind your business. They feel like they should have access to somebody like you. And if you don't give them immediate access, they feel like you are stuck up. So don't mind them. Let them keep thinking whatever they think to make themselves feel better. That's their business, not yours. All right. And number 5 is get out and stay out. Stay no contact. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, get out and stay out. Do not, let's say if this was a friend, okay, that betrayed you and smeared your name, cut them off and do not talk to them again. Okay, they know what they're doing. And also, if you stay in contact or you refriend them again, you guys become friends again, people will look at that dynamic and say like, oh, she was right. The smear campaign was right because now y'all friends. So that means you apologized and she forgave you. So Yeah, like they're not going to see you as a victim. They're going to see you as like the perpetrator because it's like, oh, so you apologize and that's why now she's friends with you again. No, it flips the whole narrative. If somebody did something like this to you, smeared your name, they don't like you. The fact that they can try to summon a mob to bully you and exclude you and isolate you, that person is not your friend. They don't like you. Stay no contact. Okay, and when you refriend them again, first of all, they think you're dumb. They think you're stupid for giving them another chance. And two, um, now they know they can get away with anything with you. They can also twist the narrative whatever way they want because you're still in contact with them. Stay no contact. Okay. Okay. Aphrodite said, I have my mom's beauty. I have heterochromia. I don't know what that is. And my dad's big smile. I also have my dad's smile. So I know I'm pretty okay. Yeah. Grace says, when people say they think you're better than them, too good for them. They're just saying how they really feel for real. Yeah, when people say you think you're better than them, it's because you are, and you're not supposed to be there. Lisa says, definitely no contact if you can. That's very helpful. Yeah. Aphrodite says, my parents taught me how to ignore these kinds of people, and when I started doing that, these people grew more and more intimidated and even tried to befriend me. I still ignore them. LOL. Oh, that's different color eyes. Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna stay no contact. Okay, and lastly, I added this last passage in there because I felt like people needed to know this about smear campaigns. Okay, so what you need to know about smear campaigns is that the people that participate in smear campaigns, they all have a stake in it. Okay, because it's not good people that participate in smear campaigns. For the most part, good people, even if they don't know the real truth, they are not going to like participate. They're just gonna like stay neutral and mind their business for the most part. Right. Let me say that again. Okay. Good people do not participate in smear campaigns. They stay neutral and mind their business. So we tend to think that people who participated in smear campaigns are these good people that were just manipulated by an evil person to do this. And if they knew the truth, they would have never done that. That is not true. Like, I need y'all to get that out of your head. That's not true. Okay. Good people do not participate in smear campaigns, they stay neutral and mind their business. The people who do participate in smear campaigns, they fall in three categories. Okay. The first category is the naive and gullible. Okay. The people who are naive and gullible, they believe anything somebody says. They don't question anything. They're green. They just blindly follow whatever somebody says. These people, you actually just have to pity them because they don't know people yet. They don't know how people are yet. They don't know how evil people are in the world. So these people, like, you don't waste your time explaining anything to them because they're gonna learn the hard way how people are. Okay? They're going to learn the hard way how people are. If they're that easily manipulated and swayed, oh honey, life is going to teach them a big lesson. Okay. Sometimes it's by the same perpetrator that did the smear campaign against you. But if it's not them, it's going to be other people outside in the world. Because if you're naive, baby, you are going to encounter a toxic person and it's going to change your whole outlook on life. So you do not have to, you don't have to You don't have to explain yourself to naive and gullible people. They will figure life out for themselves. And by that time, you'll be long gone because it's like, okay, girl, now you learned your lesson. Okay. So that's the first types of people that participate in smear campaigns. They're naive and gullible, and you should just pity them for them. Okay. The second types of people that participate in smear campaigns are people who are already envious of you and had a bias against you. Okay. If somebody is jealous of the way you look, the way you dress, how people cope with that is they have to devalue you in some way. So let's say if you have a really nice body, right? You have a sexy body, you're a sexy girl, right? You're a sexy girl. And they don't have your body. So the way they cope with that is they'll just think in your head like, "Oh, she's a slut. She has to be a slut. She's a slut. So I don't have to respect her. I don't have to be jealous of her," right? So that is called, there's a word for that. That is called defensive devaluation. Okay, they are devaluing you as a defense mechanism to cope about how they feel about you. Okay, so they will devalue you in their mind and they have a bias against you. The bias is that you're a slut and you're not to be respected, right? So if they hear a smear campaign against you, that somebody ran a smear campaign against you, they don't need any evidence to participate in the smear campaign. They've been waiting for this moment, baby. They've been waiting for this moment. If somebody is jealous of you and they have a bias against you, they do not need to be persuaded to join a smear campaign. They've been wanting to do that. So, in this way, a smear campaign can be a blessing in disguise because it tells you who actually likes you and who doesn't. If somebody has been in your life, maybe it's a friend of like, I don't know, 5 years, right? They've known you for 5 years. You're pretty good friends, you think, right? And somebody run a smear campaign against you, spread a really bad rumor against you, and they believe it automatically. They don't even come to you to talk about it. They just believe it. Honey, she didn't like you. She already had a bias against you. She's already envious of you. She does not need evidence to believe what she heard. She doesn't like you. So you see how in this way a smear campaign can be a blessing in disguise? It shows you who doesn't like you. Because I remember a smear campaign was ran against me by people that I viewed as family. They weren't my family, but I viewed them as family. He believed it immediately. Never even talked to me about it. When people do that, it's because they've been wanting to find proof of what they already believe. Okay? So these people, they already had a bias against you, baby. They don't like you. They're jealous. Okay? So that's the second group of people that participate in smear campaigns, right? Okay, let me read the chat here. Okay. Aphrodite said, exactly, I don't give a F about drama or celeb gossip. Haha. Yeah. She also says it's honestly not just about your physical appearance. It's also about your energy and aura. If you're confident, you will naturally make insecure losers mad. Yes, we don't talk enough about energy envy. People being jealous of your energy and your aura and your confidence. But that's the thing. Yeah, when you're confident, when you're naturally confident, people will call you arrogant because you won't dim your light for them. Okay, Shine Baby Shine says so true. Yeah. Yeah. So the first set of people, they're naive and gullible. You just have to pity them. Don't explain yourself to these people. They're not that bright yet. The second group of people, they already have a bias against you. Okay. So just confirmation bias. They're envious of you. Okay. And now the third group, okay. The third group are people that are dependent on the perpetrator for something. So it's either like finances or a network, social connections, or they feel obligated to have loyalty to the perpetrator for whatever reason. See, people that usually run smear campaigns, they're usually very strategic about the people in their life, right? So these types of people love to find people that need them. Okay, narcissists love finding people that need them. So people that they think they can be superior to, or people that need their help with finances, and they will give them some money. You know, they will help them, or they will use your family to help them, or if it's social connections, like maybe somebody's really like socially awkward. So the narcissist picks them up and befriends them and show them to their friends. So now they feel like they need to be loyal to the narcissist because that's where their whole social world is, right? Or maybe they just feel some type of obligation, whatever. The narcissist helped them at one point, so now they feel obligated to always be loyal to the narcissist. So narcissists and toxic people, they know how to find these types of people, and they know how to make people feel obligated to choose them, right? So this third group, they are literally participating in the smear campaigns for their own survival. Okay? If they depend on the narcissist for finances, they're going to participate, baby. It's do or die. Okay. If they rely on the narcissist for network and social connection, they don't want to be alone again. They want to have friends. They want to go to these parties and meet these people and do this and do that, because by themselves, they can't do that. They're socially awkward. So they're going to participate. They're going to be loyal. Okay. If they feel indebted to the narcissist, they're gonna show loyalty, even if the narcissist is dead wrong. Okay, and sometimes it's just about not being the target. Sometimes people will join smear campaigns because if they don't, they will be the next one that's targeted. So they'll just rather be on the good side. Okay, so this third group right here, they are participating in the smear campaigns for their own survival. They have a stake in it. Okay. All right. Lisa says, my ex-friend's mom needed her daughter to financially survive. So she co-signed all the stupid stuff her daughter did. She knew she would be living under a bridge if it wasn't for her daughter. Yeah. Yeah. So it's people that need these perpetrators to survive, they're going to participate in the smear campaigns. Okay. So with everything you know about these groups of people, with everything you know, why do you feel like you need to explain yourself to them? I'm waiting. Quickly. 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 In the comments. Quickly. Why do you feel like you need to explain yourself to these people? They're either naive and gullible, or they're envious of you and have a confirmation bias, or they depend on the perpetrator for survival. So why do you need to explain yourself to them? Quickly. I'm giving out lashes. Quickly. I'm giving out lashes. Why do you need to explain yourself to these people? You do not have to explain yourself to anyone, especially not these people. You don't have to explain anything, nothing. If you're naive and gullible, good luck in life. If you're envious, oh well, you're just gonna have to keep looking at me and just be jealous. If you survive on the narcissist for your survival, I kind of pity you. Okay, so good luck with that. Do not explain yourself to these people. It's not worth it. Why are you explaining yourself to these people? Good people do not participate in smear campaigns. They just mind their business and remain neutral. These are not good people that you need to explain yourself to. Okay? Okay, Lisa says, I don't explain, I stay silent. I actually like playing mind games with them because I know they're psychotic. Yes, and you know what? The good thing about being silent is that sometimes they get really paranoid when you're silent, and they self-destruct because they're not getting any energy from you. They're gonna start self-destructing because it's like they're paranoid about what you have underneath your sleeve, and you might not have anything under your sleeve. Like you might just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna ignore this and just let it go away. But they become so paranoid that you are like plotting that they will overdo it. And then when they overdo it, people will start noticing them like Yeah, you're crazy. She hasn't even said anything to you. She hasn't done anything to you. Why you keep doing this? Why you keep saying this? Silence will make them go crazy. Silence is so powerful, y'all, especially in the smear campaign. Like, you think you're being weak by not responding and being crazy and crashing out, but silence will make them crash out. It will make them crash out. And when they crash out, people will see, like, yeah, this person is crazy. Yeah, you're not right in the head. She didn't do nothing to you. Yeah. Silence is strategy. Okay. It's not weakness. You're not weak. You're not weak. Okay. Okay, Lisa says, scared you're going to blow their cover. Yes, they be paranoid. They be like, okay, what is she plotting? What is she saying anything to you? They're gonna go around people like trying to like be like, did they say anything to you? Did she say something? I bet she's doing this. I bet she's doing that. And eventually people are gonna get tired of them. People are going to get tired of them. Like, why are you so paranoid? Like, she's not even doing anything to you. Like, yeah, you're weird. You're weird. So eventually it dismantles itself because it's like, people can tell this person is not right in the head. Okay. People can tell, y'all. Okay. All right. So I'm going to the last part of the video essay. I have my notes up here. The last part about smear campaigns that I think you need to know is that smear campaigns are dismantled over time. Okay. I know in the moment it hurts, right? You feel like you need to let people know, you need to say the truth, defend yourself, let people know that wasn't true. I never did that. Wait, she actually did that to me. He actually did that to me. I didn't do that. You feel like you need to let people know right away. But you don't. Smear campaigns are dismantled over time. Okay? Over time people will realize that there was nothing wrong with you. You didn't do anything wrong. And the thing about this is that when it does, when people do figure it out, most of the time they're not going to come to you and apologize. If somebody participated in a smear campaign or believed it and treated you badly, they are not going to come and apologize to you. 9 times out of 10, they're not going to because they feel shame. Who wants to admit that they did that to somebody? They're not going to. Okay. Okay. Lisa says, whole time you're on the beach having a margarita. Yes, living my best life, girl. Exotic man child, thanks for coming through. Yes, missed you. He said, thank you for staying on live. I missed it. I had to get a haircut. I'm sorry. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you for the super chat. He always got me, y'all. Y'all, let's all say hi to Exotic Man Child. Thank you so much. He always looks out for me. But I hope you're doing good though. Yeah. But yeah, y'all, like smear campaigns are dismantled over time. And you guys, I'm gonna stay on for like 10 more minutes after 8 o'clock because I started the live late because I was having like technical issues. So we'll save the last bit for whatever questions y'all have. Okay. So smear campaigns, eventually people figure out the truth, but most of the time they're not going to come to you. Okay. They're not going to come to you and be like, oh, like I was wrong. I'm sorry I did that. I'm sorry that I participated in this. They're not going to because like nobody wants to admit that they did that. It's shameful. Okay. A lot of times they'll just come around you and just try to befriend you like nothing happened. Um, they're just gonna befriend you like nothing happened, or they just try to just like smooth it over or whatever, but they will rarely ever like apologize for participating. But eventually people figure out the truth. Okay, the truth comes out because people will notice your actions over time and they'll realize like, oh, this girl is not what they said she was. Yeah, but they're not gonna say anything to you. Okay. All right, Shine Baby Shine said, it's true. I had an older woman run a smear campaign against me, and this girl came to me a year later and apologized for believing her. I've had so many damn smear campaigns run on me. Yeah, when you're that girl, you're going to have a lot of people trying to run a smear campaign to get people to hate you because you're that girl. Okay. All right, y'all, that's the end of the essay. So I'm gonna leave the last like 15 minutes or whatever we have. Whatever questions y'all have for me, okay, whether it's about the video or the channel or whatever. Okay. Real quick, if you purchase the course, I would love to have you leave a review or send me a review to post for those who are interested. But yeah, y'all, what questions do you have for me? I'm here. I'm all yours. Add it to the chat. And if you want like deeper discussions about certain things that you don't feel comfortable adding to the chat, I do have one-on-one sessions available. You can click the link in my bio and book a session. But yeah, y'all, the last 15 minutes is yours. Okay. Okay, exact man child said, is there any way you can do the last a little bit later but on the same day? So Sundays are usually kind of busy for me. I usually upload the video and just have it scheduled to drop at 12 on a Sunday. And also I want to give people enough time to watch the video. So that's why I do it the next day. Because if I do the same day, like not everybody watches the video that same day. So I just want to get enough people to watch it so we can discuss it. Okay. Lisa said this was a very good topic. I enjoyed it. Thank you. Okay. MG says I don't have any questions. I'm just trying to figure out how to make it stop. Okay. Yeah, you can't really stop a smear campaign, y'all. You can't really stop a smear campaign. You can like prevent the damage it does a little bit, but you can't stop people from talking bad about you. Unless you become like a dictator or something and just like you hurt everybody. Okay, LaPisha says, "What's your take on revenge?" Ooh, it depends on the type of revenge. Okay, because some revenge you take and then it makes your life worse. Okay, um, so it depends on the revenge. Make sure it's not a revenge that will land you in jail. How about that? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes revenge feels really good. I'm not gonna lie, but make sure you don't end up in jail. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, Grace says, I have a question. I have a question. How do you deal with not being able to find your own community and friends? I always feel like an outcast. Okay. Well, I would say, what is like your dream community, your dream like friend group? Like, what are you into? Like, what do you look like? What are you into? What do you want to like find? What type of friend group do you want to find? Yeah. Exotic Man Child says, I appreciate your video. There's so many spare champagnes that have been done against, campaigns, I said champagne that have been done against me as well as humiliation rituals. Yeah. And you guys, when you have a smear campaign run against you, it's because you're that person. Like you're that girl, you're that guy. Somebody feels threatened by you. So they have to run a smear campaign to get other people to hate you because they can't hate you by themselves because otherwise people will know that they're jealous. Right? If this keeps happening to you, it's because you are meant for something great in life, or you are somebody that people admire in a way. So they become jealous, see you as competition. Okay. If it keeps happening, you're supposed to be somebody powerful. Okay. You're not supposed to dim your life for small spaces. Okay. Grace said, I like deep level relationships, not surface level. Okay. So when you first start trying to pursue friendships, do not lead with that. Okay. Do not lead with that. Do not lead with, I want deep level friendships because you're going to come off way too strong You're gonna come off way too strong, and then people are gonna get scared because when you first meet people, like they don't want to talk about their deep stuff, deep traumas. Like it's gonna be surface level for a while before it can get deep. Okay, and you need to have the same standard too. When you first meet people, you should not be looking for deepness right away. Okay, you will scare people off. Okay. So start with, I have a video called Bet Your Friends. Okay. Bet your friends and categorize your friendships. I have two videos. Check those videos out. But you have to date your friends in a friendship way. Like get to know them in a friendship way. Now, if you want a big group of friends, that might not be as deep as you think. It might take a couple of years to form a friend group that's deep because you have to do a lot of betting. Okay. All right. Kanaya says, what's your take on monitoring spirits? Okay, so there's two sides to monitoring spirits. So there's monitoring spirits in the physical, and there's monitoring spirits in the spiritual. Like I said, I try to keep my channel just in the physical, but if you're spiritual, if you know, you know. Um, but monitoring spirits are people that in the physical, there are people that just want to know your business, to compete against you, see where you are in life, and try to see if like they can either block it, or if they can try to like figure out how you did it so that they can get there, or if they can't get there, they try to sabotage it for you, or just gossip about you. They just want to keep watching you to just either see you fail or try to sabotage something that you should have, or just keep talking about you like a celebrity. In the spiritual, monitoring spirits are these familiar spirits that have been watching you and your family's generation, and your family for generations. They're always with you. So when like they're summoned, like for example, if somebody gets a reading on you, right? These spirits are the ones talking to the medium that's talking to you, right? That's why they know everything about you, because they're always with you, just watching you. That's the spiritual side of monitoring spirits. But the physical, they're just people that just want to be in your business to compare themselves to you. Okay. Grace said I can connect with people, but it feels so hard to find genuine people. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of genuine people out there. They're very rare. Very, very rare, unfortunately. Okay. Um, okay. LaPeisha says, do you have any tips on growing a YouTube channel? I would say find a niche that you're very passionate about that you can teach very well. Okay. Find a niche that you can teach very well, that you know the ins and outs of, you can break it down very well. Also work on your thumbnails and your captions. As you guys can tell, especially with my old captions were like outrageous. I'll be like, be stuck up if you're pretty, be arrogant if you're pretty. Like you have to be mean, like just outrageous, like captions that just capture the people. And then when they click on the video, be like, oh, okay, like she's actually talking some sense for real, you know? Also, do quality content. People can tell when your content is put together just for a bag or just for views or whatever. Like people can tell when your work is not authentic to you. Okay. Thanks, exotic man child. Thank you. Oh, he keep blessing me. He keep blessing me, y'all. Thank you. But yeah, like find your niche, make it quality, work on your titles and your thumbnail. Make sure it's something that if you are the person watching, like you will click on. Okay. Okay. Thank you for staying live. Sure, yeah. Okay. Okay, Lisa says I love the spiritual talk. Yeah, I mean I try to keep it separate, but I think in every live somebody always pulls it out of me. They be like, "Can you talk about this? Can you talk about that?" Okay, I try to keep it separate because not everybody believes the same things. So I try not to push my beliefs on other people. Yeah. Okay, Kanaya says, would you ever do a video on experiencing jealousy from a romantic partner? Yes. Yes. I think I focus so much on the women jealousy content. I never do with the men's. I mostly don't do it because so much of YouTube is just filled with like the men content. So I feel like my channel was standing out by talking about the women's side. But I would do it eventually. Yeah. Indica Jane said, yes, I can tell the quality and that's why I attend the live. Thank you so much. Yeah, you guys, you have to be authentic to yourself. People can tell when you have quality content. They will keep they will subscribe because they know what you're doing is from the heart and you're putting effort and work into it. Like there are so many channels. When I first started my channel, there were so many girls that have the same type of content, but they didn't last because it's like when you're not doing something that you are passionate about and that you're good at and you can explain well and you can do whatever, like people can tell and eventually they get tired and then they stop making content. So you have to stick with what like you know and what you can do best. Oh, another one, exotic man child. Thank you. Yeah. He just keeps blessing me, y'all. He just keeps blessing me, y'all. Thank you. Now the spiritual content, I mean, maybe one day if I'm called to it, I might make some. Maybe it might make a different channel or something. I don't know, but yeah, yeah. All right, any more questions, y'all? I'm almost off here. I guess maybe one more question. Also, if you have not bought the books, The Bible of Manipulation, The Glow Getter Guide, go ahead and check it out. If you have bought the Glow Getter Guide, you guys actually use it. Actually sit down and write in it, okay? You have to write in it. It helps you. I have filled mine out. Not all the pages, but most of it out, okay? It actually helps you. Okay, when you actually sit down and look at your boundaries and your standards and your this and your that and your that, it helps you a lot with what you accept, what you will accept and what you will not accept. Okay. They are available on Amazon. Okay. Also, if you need the course, if you feel like you need help with healing your traumas, that's why I created the course, the No One Cares course. Okay. If you bought any of the books and you're interested in the course, email me at glowgatterjust@gmail.com. I'll give you a discount on the course. But it's time to heal, forgive, and move on in 2026. Okay. So check out everything. Check out the books, check out the course. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Okay, Exotic Man Child says, I love your channel. I've grown so much as a person. I'm going to change my handle here soon. It just doesn't let me. Oh, okay. But thanks for sticking around. Yeah. I don't know how many men I have on my channel. Um, I have quite a few actually that I can recognize. Okay, Shy Baby Shine says, how do you escape a smear campaign when the queen bee is well connected? I'm new to the city's art scene and be feeling paranoid meeting people because it seems like everyone already knows each other. Um, well, you don't know who she knows. She's well connected, but I'm sure she doesn't know every single body or every connection is not very strong. So I wouldn't be paranoid meeting everybody because you don't know how strong the connection is. Okay. So when you meet new people, don't let it be known that you know her or don't know her or don't bring her up. Just try to make connections with these people one on one. And you will never know. Some people don't care about all of that. Okay. They don't care about all of that. They will still be friends with you. Okay. So don't go in paranoid. It will turn people off. Grace says, what do you think of the natural hair discourse? What do you mean? Like, what about it? All right, LaPeacha says, I've been reading the Bible of Manipulation. I was going off. Girl, I was going off when I was writing it. I was like, everything just kept coming back. I'm like, oof, I can't believe I used to fall for this. But yeah. Now with the natural hair discourse, I don't know what you mean, Grace. But I'm guessing maybe like the types or something. Um, oh, Kofi. Hi, Kofi. A Guardian. Hi. Thanks for joining the chat. Thank you. Um, why did he retract the message? Retype it. With a natural hair discourse. I don't know what you mean. Thank you, Kofi. Thanks for joining. How did you find me? Wink, wink. Grace, can you type what you mean by the natural hair discourse? I want to answer the last question before I get off. I think she just left too. Girl, how can you ask that question and just leave? Okay. It's just about people who wear their natural hair out more. I don't think there should be a discourse. I think people can do whatever they want with their natural hair. If you want to wear your natural hair, you should wear it. If you want to wear your wigs, you should wear it. I don't really think people should care that much what people do with their hairstyle. Bye, Lisa. Have a good night. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I don't think it matters. It doesn't matter. People should not care what other people do with their hair. It's their hair. Um, but yeah, thanks, Kofi. Thanks for joining the chat. All right, okay, guys, I'm gonna get off. I've been here for a long time. Thank y'all so much for joining. I'll see you on the next live. Thank y'all. Bye.